that screen. We're at KUAW-radio on Facebook, KUAW Space Radio on YouTube. And they should be seeing it now. And we're going to bring you guys onto the screen. You are now live on KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station, coming to you with one of the first showings of KC Snap featuring Moka. All right, and Netta.
Hello, everyone. This is Moka Myers with the Kansas City Snap. And I am breathing in that good prana, and I'm putting it out to the universe. And I want you guys to receive it and apply it to your lives as you choose to do so. And today I have my co-host, straight from Shreveport, Louisiana. I have Miss Netta Lovett, who her expertise is actually in motivation, empowerment, and inspiration, inspiring people to become a better version of themselves. So, Netta, it is my pleasure to welcome you into the KUAW family. How are you today?
I'm good and wonderful. How are you, Mocha? It's a good privilege to be here. Hopefully we can reach a lot of, people that is in need of inspiration and motivation. So I am honored to be here today.
Thank you, and it's an honor for us to have you. And for the people here, we are going to open up the lines. For FYI, the number is 816-599-6893. And the topic for today is, what's the difference between modern men and traditional men, and why women are settling for less? So we kind of that's like two questions in one. So I guess we kind of got to start with the first one. I'm glad Mr. Lewis is in the house because he's more from the traditional.
Mm-hmm.
On
A
how
male's perspective.
on a male's perspective, absolutely. So, shall we actually get the male's perspective first? What do you think?
Yeah.
Mr.
Since
Lewis.
it's about a man, yeah.
Absolutely. Mr. Lewis, what's the difference between the modern man and the traditional?
Ooh, you really putting me on the spot now. That's why I was gonna be in the show. It's a modern man and a traditional man. I guess you would say and with some, because we don't want to generalize too much and stuff. Some of it would come from the respect, a little more chivalry from a traditional man. Modern men sometimes seem to be a little less courteous, I guess would be one way of putting it. With opening doors, with pulling out chairs and that type of thing. So that was what I'd say be one of the things that would separate a modern man, traditional man. But that's not all modern men, because there are some young men that are doing, the right things by their ladies and stuff. But some, have a little more macho attitude toward it. So that's my thought.
Okay.
Well, Netta, that's a
My,
very good one right there. That was a good answer.
yeah. And my thought on the difference from a woman's perspective is um, the traditional man was taught morals by
Yes.
their fathers and their fathers' fathers. So I agree. And they, they did a lot of things. They believe in, they didn't leave the home. They didn't, they supported the family. They was the leader
Mm-hmm.
of the home. you know they just believed in, family values, and they taught it to their sons,
Mm-hmm.
what it was and what it is to be a real man and take care of your family, and how to treat a woman right. So now the modern day men, to me, is they have branched away from that. that go, and they are just doing I say they rebelled away from it. They, you know, they don't want to lead the home. Some of them, I say some of them,
Yeah,
they
some of them.
want what they want to do is they want the woman to be the leader, and they some now want to sit at home, don't want to work,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to open the doors,
Nope.
don't want to take care of
Out the
their
trash.
responsibility. Yeah, they don't want to take care of their responsibility, and they just it seemed like some of them have gave up on life, and it's they they walk around with the sign on them saying help, help to the women, help me, you know and so with me, I don't even believe in 50-50. I believe in the man is supposed to lead the home, and the
That's
woman
right.
is to maintain the home. Now if she want to work, yeah, let her work. I mean, who we all want to work,
Right. Right.
but
Exactly.
I feel like 50-50 will never work, because if the woman fall and you're depending on her half, what if she fall? So that means the bills gonna fall, the house no gonna fall, the
Mm-hmm.
cars and everything else. So I always believe that it's important for a man to lead and lead strong and be the breadwinner.
Yeah. Amen.
All right.
Amen. You know, I think that, I don't know, somewhere between the generations, the gap or whatever, somebody dropped the ball. And it's like you stated, the morals and values aren't there anymore. The modern day men is more materialistic. They are more of it's like showtime. Let me try to outdo the next person, and who wants to really try to keep up with the Joneses, you know? And as far as how we're raising the young women as well, they are society, the internet. They're looking at the celebrities, and they're trying to match that. And so
Mimic, yeah. Hmm.
therefore they're forgetting about their morals and their values. And so when you whittle out the good ones, then you have the ones that are just left for the women to settle for.
Mm.
Which takes us to the next topic: why women are
Yeah,
settling for less.
yeah.
Is it
Why is this?
because
Yeah.
Yeah, is it because we don't have those good? It's hard to find a good, valued, moral valued, hardworking, God fearing man.
Mm.
Okay, and that's what separates us and puts us in that category. To whereas you and I, we don't. I know me. I'm a woman that won't settle for less.
Yeah, me too.
Settling for less is like saying that I'm not worthy. And once you have put in the work on yourself, done shadow work, which all that takes a lot of time and takes a lot of energy. Why would you want to settle for less? And I know some women do just um, want somebody there. Some men just want someone there. Some
Mm-hmm.
just love.
Yeah.
That's what we're made up on, is love, right?
Right,
But
right,
should we
right.
have to settle for less?
No, no. Because I think if you settle down the line, it's gonna bring on a lot of uh bad deeds and worse. Is gonna is I mean it, it is your life ain't gonna be, you know, like your life ain't gonna be like it should be, like living right and being happy. Because I feel like you're gonna be, if you settle for less, you're gonna be setting yourself up for a disaster. And rather, where you could have waited, you know versus settling, you could have waited. Now let's say, because you settle, now this person, you got all these bills and your credit bad, and now you know what I'm saying, all because you settle, rather than just being patient, waiting on God. You might well say, waiting on God to
Mm-hmm.
send him your way. And because people, what people don't realize, sometimes when you alone You alone for a reason.
That's
You
right.
alone to get yourself together, and whoever you are meant to be with or should be with in life, your soulmate, God might be working with them, trying to get them together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we as adults and as human beings, we just need to sometimes, no, not sometimes, all the time, we need to be patient and just wait. You know, they're saying wait on God. Like we really do. We need to wait instead of
Mm-hmm.
taking ourselves through trauma, unnecessary, trauma that we don't have to go through,
And a
all
lot,
because we want to settle.
and that's true. And a lot of times people come into relationships with trauma and baggage, and those are things that you need to get over before you go into a relationship. Because if you have a traditional man, and if you can't work on those things, that will run a traditional man away. And a lot of us, I mean, the modern men, I think they don't know the difference between the alpha, the beta, the sigma.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now you're seeing more of them feminine side, the feminine side and the masculine side is supposed to balance. It's supposed to be an energy balance, right?
Right.
But like you stated, we're in a time now where the man doesn't want to work. The woman is working. The woman is taking care of the household. So to me, it seems like they're leaning more towards the feminine energy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
versus the masculine, which forces the woman to have to take up on the masculine energy, which you're the one with all the testosterone. We're the estrogen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But it's
know,
draining.
it's
It's
very much
draining
so
us
draining.
though. It's
Hmm.
draining us. It's depressing us.
Yes,
It's making
absolutely.
us sick. It's taking our hair
Hair
out.
out.
You
Yep.
know, it's breaking us out. I mean, it's draining. So I mean, I just feel like this. That's why you cannot get me to believe in 50-50. It is not 50-50, even if you say it's 50-50. If I'm working and I have to come home, which I don't mind, and do what I need to do to maintain the home. I'm tired. I'm broke down when I get home. And then I got to do a lot of things around the house. And then
Hmm.
at the same time, be pleasing to my man or my husband,
Right.
And then now, okay, let's say my child gets sick or something. Who you think gonna be the first to take the child to the hospital? The woman or the man? I'm tired now. I'm tired. So I'm gonna be at the emergency room sitting up there all night till in the morning. Mind you, I got to be to work in the morning.
Hmm.
You know, I remember nights like that. Mornings like they have to sit up there all day. I'm tired. So when they say 50-50, no, it's never been 50-50. It hasn't. And then I gotta give you half of my check too. I
Plus
gotta
my
pay half.
energy.
Yeah, half the bills. So I mean, pay half of everything. Come on now. 50-50. It's not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, what I hate to see in society, like when I go to the gas station and I see the woman pumping the gas and the guy sitting in the car, and I'm like, come on, are you serious? And she's just like just pumping it like it's nothing,
Wow.
with a baby on her hip or trying to make the kids sit down while she's pumping the gas. What happened to the values? But that's the modern day.
Wow.
That's what I see
Mhm.
in the modern men. Pull your
Let's
pants up.
name, yeah,
Pull
let's
your
name some
pants up.
things. Yeah. Let's name some things that we see now that these modern day men are doing that we wouldn't dare see traditional man versus like what you just said. We see when you go to a gas station, we see the woman pumping the gas
Mm-hmm.
while the modern day, because if an older guy was out there, she wouldn't be pumping no
Oh
gas.
no, 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 no,
He'll be
no,
pumping that gas.
no.
But you see what you see when you pull up to a gas station, like you say, you see the modern day guy sitting at the wheel playing on his phone while she pumping the
Mm-hmm.
gas.
While she's pumping the gas. Or
You see, yeah,
go ahead. You got one?
or you see. I got one more. You see the modern day man walking in the door before her when they going
Yes,
into the store. He she walking ahead of him. She opening the door for him to walk through the door.
And I don't
She's
understand
being
that.
more gentleman like, and he's walking in more feminine
And
like.
that's a switch of energies right there in your face. Not even, and they're not even, it's a subconscious thing. They're not even real. Well, probably the woman's not realizing it because he knows, like, I'm not opening up that door.
Yeah. And see, like right now, I'm looking at my social media. Of course, the men that are on here, they're, of course, they hear us talking
Mm-hmm.
and they don't like this talk. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for one, I got one saying, Sapien, I believe you when you say go to white women and Asian women now.
Um,
And this is the thing with what we talking about because they don't agree with us. So now, just like I say, the modern day man want to up and run when when the going gets tough and they don't want to lead and be a real
mm-hmm.
man. They want to run and go across the country, but they don't look at it like, oh, I'm not running. I'm not running. Well, what you call it? Because it's a lot of women in the USA. Why you got to go across the country to find one?
Is it because the American woman, no matter what color they are, is not gonna put up with, some of the stuff that the modern day men come with? Now,
Yeah.
before we go further, tell them what the number is if they want to tap in because the lines are open.
Okay. Okay. So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, on my TikTok live, I have a number. If you would like to touch on what we're talking about this topic, I have a number where you can call right now and give us your opinion. The number is 1-866-599-6893. And I'm
That's
going to type it in also so you will get it. And
Make
I'm
sure
going to
you
say
put
it
the
again.
right area code 816.
Okay. The area code, yeah. Okay. You said the area code is
Mm-hmm.
816.
And for my followers, again, the number is 816-599-6893, KUAW Radio. This is Moka Myers with Kansas City Snaps. You can tap in and chat with me and Netta and voice your opinion on this topic because this is a serious topic and it is a lot of single women out here. One thing too, I see more of because it was in our generation,
Yeah.
the sharing. The modern day men are big on body count versus the traditional
Mm.
man. So the modern man wants to spend more time visiting the health department
Woo!
than the
mm,
traditional man.
mm.
You want to tap in? Let's chat. You can follow me on Facebook, Myers Trinice LaShawn. You can follow me on the Kansas City Snap LLC, and you can follow me on Instagram. That would be the real Mocha Myers. And
You got any calls yet, Mocha? Let's
we
see
have
if
not
these
gotten
the
any
people.
calls. But do you have
Oh
anybody tapping
wow.
in
What
on TikTok? What they're talking about on
it,
TikTok?
the men on here, you know how they do on here.
I
They
would
have
love for them to call. Come on, guys, call
yeah.
816-599-6893. Don't be shy. What's the
Call
difference
in,
between
guys.
the,
Let's
the
talk.
modern man and the traditional? And why the women are settling for less?
Why are y'all slim pickings?
Our pickings are so slim.
Yeah. It's more for them, I hear,
Yes,
to choose from, but it's less for us. Because for a real woman, we're not gonna settle. That's where it's slim pickings because we're not gonna settle.
I don't see modern men changing tires.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
I don't
Um,
see them doing oil changes. They're gonna go to Jiffy Lube,
whew.
or they're gonna call someone else to change that tire. What else I don't that I see the modern man do that I know the traditional man
Mm,
would never do.
mm,
They, the traditional man, didn't really like the woman being in the midst of their friends.
mm, mm.
Okay? Whereas the modern day man, if he's with his friends, she's right there. You know, because we respected the fact that the traditional man has his own time, his own
Right,
personal time to be,
right.
with his brothers, with his friends,
Mm,
and that's his time. As a couple, of course, we're there together all the time. But the woman needs her time and space, and so does the man need his time and space. How's he going to have his time and space and interact with his brothers and come in tune with his masculinity if the woman is sitting there? Okay? What do you think about
right.
that? What do you think
I
about that?
agree. I mean, I agree because I've seen that a lot too. And I also seen too where a lot what I've noticed what's been going on, even on TikTok too, what the modern day men are doing is they're showing more masculinity towards, well, aggressiveness towards the women. They're being more aggressive
Absolutely, I agree with that.
in a way that they should be or would be to another man. They're looking at a woman as if they're losing all like thought, like they're talking to a man, but you talking to a woman. Like I see some say, well, if you gonna talk to me aggressively like that, I'm gonna come back at you aggressive like a man. So when they say that or feel like that, I feel like then you basically making me feel like you'll take it to that next
Right.
level.
Yeah, overpowering.
Yeah. And so
Yes.
what I see also, a lot of men, they are talking over the woman because a lot of them are feel like a woman's place is to be quiet, don't have an opinion, to hush, like don't say nothing, but rather than listen or to understand what a woman is talking about, a lot of them get offended,
Mm-hmm.
insulted,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start getting aggressive with the woman. And then it trickles down, and then it takes it to another level, to demeaning and then degrading, making the woman feel, you know, like
Inferior.
she's not. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that when men do that, that makes them look like they're not men to me.
It doesn't.
Because
It makes them look
I
weak.
feel, yeah, yeah, it does. Because I feel like, and then when I see them and another man going at it or having a conversation, I don't see that much aggression or or aggressiveness when it comes to another man. I actually see them being more light-footed
Mm-hmm.
versus a man than a woman.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. It was like they was raised to treat women and talk to women aggressively in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
And they forgot how to respect women. And of course we like to talk.
Right.
Of course we like to get how we feel out. We want to be heard,
Mm-hmm.
So I say just let us get it out and let us complete what we saying, and then you go on. And then you talk about what you want to talk about.
And that is
But
called communication, guys.
yeah,
God gave us
simple.
2 ears and 1 mouth. And sometimes if you listen, you can understand. And that goes both ways for the women too. If we listen, then we can get an understanding, know an understanding. You don't have to go to Asia to get a submissive woman. They're right here. You just have to find those women. You have
You just
to
have to treat them right.
you just have to treat them right. Okay, that
And
goes
if you
to
ain't no if you ain't no leader, you ain't gonna find that woman, that real woman, because that real woman knows like what Alicia Keys said.
mhm.
A real man knows a real woman when he sees her, and a real woman knows a real man.
Mhm.
We know it.
We know it. We know when you're full of it. We know when you're not.
Mm.
So it's the values. You know, my grandmother, she always had me read the chapter about the prodigal son in the Bible.
Yeah.
And she said, that's as close as you want to try to get. And then she had me read The Virtuous Woman, because that's the type of woman that you would like to be. Because that's what a man looks for. But, of course, our modern men, not all of them, some of them, don't know the Bible. And even if they have, or they do know, some may have strayed or think it's just words written on a piece of paper. But those words are real and they're sacred. So I think that a lot of those morals and values, God too, has been taken out on the
Right.
modern
They
versus the
have.
traditional. Now you do have some couples out there that will get up on Sundays and go to church together, eat dinner with their children, spend time with the children and with the wife. But then you have those that just want to hang out with the boys and watch basketball or whatever's on TV. The traditional man and the modern day man. The traditional man knows how to put his foot down without raising his voice. He knows
Right.
how to get a point across without raising his voice.
Mm.
A modern day man wants to get up in your face like they want to go toe to toe
Yep. And be loud.
and loud.
That's a coward.
And that's unacceptable behavior. And that's something that, yeah, you call me a track star because I'm a runner. you know, I'm a run from those type of men. I'm a run from oh yeah, the difference between I know LL used to show his chest or whatever, but these modern men just take it to a whole nother level. We got to see your chest, you sagging to your knees, so we got to look at your bum. We got to see things that you attract what you are.
Mm.
So if you are running around with a no shirt on and saggy pants, you can expect a woman that's making six figures to come into your life, because it ain't gonna happen. That Burger King girl might come your way, and make it your way. You can have it your way, but not a real
Or they
woman.
can attract something else they way too. With them
Exactly.
sagging pants, you know where it started. It began in the jail cell.
Let's keep it real.
So keep
Cell
on
block
saying.
one. Okay. So those are some of the traditional. You know how when we were little and we'd be at the store and we've checked out and our parents, you and your mom, you walk into the car and somebody like, hey ma'am, you want me to help you put that in the car? Oh, that don't happen no more. I don't see that anymore.
I don't either.
I think the traditional men stopped at Generation X. And us that have children here from Generation X, we embedded it into our children but it's up to our children to receive it. That's why it's so important for us to be in the children's life so they won't become, if they do become a modern day man, it'll be a successful modern and traditional day man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
still having those morals and values, you
Right.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, we can just go on this topic. And because of the way men are treating, themselves and putting themselves out there, then that makes the bowl of men a little bit more smaller. We have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of good men, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are locked up on
Are
something
locked up.
that's for something that's so small.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And some of them are married. Some are married
and
too.
some are married.
You know.
A man, a man wants a woman. They look at the value and how you look and how you treat yourself, and a woman looks at those same values when it comes to a man. And if you don't have those values, you can have the biggest car, you can have, I don't care how much money you got, and you can have a beautiful home. But if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have those morals and values as a alpha male, a leader, then you're
They're
not
gonna
really
attract gold diggers.
okay. That's true.
That's what they're gonna attract. Because remember, you said you are what you attract. You're
Absolutely.
gonna have all those things, and all those things you gonna attract. Because that woman that's gonna need and use you for all those things, except for the one thing you so needing the most, and that's love. It's never gonna be love. It's gonna be that woman gonna look at you like a ATM, automatic man
Transaction.
money machine. Yep. Yep.
Automatic transaction.
You I
And
mean,
TikTokers, y'all can follow me, the Indian Creole Goddess. Because I know you guys got something to say. You TikTokers,
yeah,
you can always tap in right now. 816
yeah,
599 6893. Voice your opinion. You want to drop your handles while we talking, so
yeah,
they can follow you on your handles?
yeah. Y'all can follow me. This Netta Levette. Y'all can follow me on TikTok at Netta Levette 1980 on TikTok. Or I really don't give my Instagram and Facebook because I got people that's doxing on TikTok. So
Well, for you
mm,
TikTok
but
people that are trying to do that, I would advise you not to try that with Miss Netta Lovett or myself. Um, we are on a radio station, and you any action will get a reaction, and there are repercussions behind that. Just to let you know.
thank you. Thank you.
So,
And so y'all are on that's on my TikTok. If y'all want to call in women, men, come on. I see it's a lot being said in the comments. A lot of men have a lot to say, but I mean, it means nothing if you're not going to call in and voice your opinion. If you agree or you disagree, come on. We want to hear it. Let's talk. Women, if you want to touch on what we talking about, you're more than welcome. The number is 816-599-6893 at KUAW radio station. So come on, let's talk.
what's one of those comments somebody is stating? Let's get
Oh
it.
my God, let me read them. Where do
Who said
I?
it? We're gonna get them to call in.
Yeah, let's
This is
let's
Moka
let's let's weed
Myers.
them
I
out.
put you guys on the spot on this radio show.
So yeah, so okay, the one King TP, he's a agreeer. He like
Hi,
a co-signer.
King TP. How are you?
He a co-signer. He co-signs what the older man says or whatever.
Now,
He
King
co-signs.
TP, we all know that you're not old enough really to be in this conversation, but we gonna
I
let
told
you.
him you still got milk
Yeah, but
behind your ear.
we're gonna help you. We gonna turn you into a traditional man. So you stay on in.
But he had a lot to say, but at the end he say, I'm running. Well, that's the
Okay.
problem. Y'all good at that. Y'all should have ran for the Olympics.
Got us a couple
You
more
really should have.
goals.
Yeah, we'd have had a couple more goals.
He's a
So
rising track star.
yeah.
What's another one?
So he so let's see. Sapien said, I think y'all talking about back in the days, you behind time. Please, ladies, catch up. I don't know
Sapien.
when.
If you're trying to hang in there with a Sapien, I've seen your picture. You probably knew Moses. Okay? So if you're trying to keep up with the young people, stop it. Okay? You were raised with traditional values. Obviously, you must don't have those traditional values anymore. And you choose to do the modern thing.
Hmm.
Once you reach a certain age, those things that you used to do, you don't do anymore. The mistakes that you made in your 20s and your teens and going from this chick to that chick, you don't do that anymore. Or that man to that man, you don't do that anymore. There comes a point in time where you become a grown man, a
Right.
grown woman, making adult grown decisions. So, no, we're not behind. We just have respect for ourselves because we do not want to end up with men like you.
Mm.
You got
And
another
this
one?
is what King said. King said in response to that, he said, "Et sapien." You gotta see, and that's another thing. A lot what I see on TikTok, a lot of these men, what they do, they love cheering for the bad man or the wrong man. They cheer them on, but then when a woman is speaking wisdom, they go against it. So he say, it's sapien, you got to realize something. These are the men they mess with now. They trying to say all men, and we never said all men.
We never
You
said
know,
all men. We said some of the men. But if the shoe fits, wear it.
yeah. And so he say it's sapien. They definition of a real man is when the man does everything and they have nothing to offer. See, that tells me right there, whoever he got mixed up with, they used him. They
Use
used him
them
for his,
up. Yeah, you can
yeah.
see it.
They took advantage of him and they just used him for what he could give them because he keeps on thinking that when we say we don't want a 50-50 man, like we saying we want um like he's basically saying we gold diggers because we don't agree with the 50-50.
No, we agree with 100. That's what we agree with. Everybody, it's 100. Ain't no 50-50. See, you need to work on that heartbreak of someone using you. Okay, because these are two women on the platform. We have our own houses, we have our own jobs, we pay our own bills. Okay, and we are a brand, and we're on the radio. So what are you talking about? Get it together, work on yourself, so you can attract what you want. You can't be mad at us because we're self-sufficient and independent. That's how our parents raised us to be, not to depend upon a man. See, those are traditional ways. So when you get a powerful, strong, educated woman such as us on a platform, then there's a backflash. No, it doesn't
Y'all
work
need to
like that.
stop putting words in our mouth.
Because we're
They're
not
putting
saying
words.
all, we're saying some of the men.
Yeah, and Sapien just said when when you made the comment about some of the men are in good men are in jail, he say, listen to these women. All the good men are in prison. Y'all gonna listen to these women? We never said all the men.
We,
Y'all like that's
y'all
another
came
thing y'all
in.
like doing. Y'all like putting words in our mouth. We never
Hmm.
said all or nothing.
We
We
said
said
some.
some. Get it right. If you gonna quote us right,
Because this
not
is
incorrectly.
international, so people on the other side of the world is hearing this.
Well, what they try to do is manipulate what we saying so they could get people to go along with what they saying. But no, I'm gonna catch you on it and I'm gonna correct you. Because I know what we said. We know what we saying. Do you know what you saying? You know. So a man thinketh, so is he. So
Okay?
you thought about that, not me. We said some, not all.
Some of our men are in jail, our good men, for, small, mediocre stuff they probably should have just got a tap of the hand. The others are married. And then the ones that are left, they act like you. We don't want you. We don't want men like you. Are you
He say the
serious?
man, he say the man that he arrested, those are the same men that visit them and give them money on the books.
So you've been putting money on people's books, Sapien? Is that what you're saying? Are you telling us your business? Because that don't have nothing
It's,
to do with what we're talking about.
but I understand if y'all want to call into the radio station, it's KUAW radio station.
Yeah.
The number is 816-599-6893. Because I know y'all thumb warriors right now in the
Yeah.
comments.
Come on.
You could
Tap
voice
in.
your opinion. You could get on the radio. You can get on the phone, dial a number in,
That's
and
right.
let's have a conversation like grown adults.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be thumb warring it up in the comments. Get on the phone. Let's talk about it.
Because, see,
Be
you're,
man.
you're going back and forth with a woman. Think about that. I mean,
They're
just
going
think
back and
about
forth
that.
because they going back and forth in their head. So they looking at us as women that they want to argue with
Mr. Lewis,
because it's a reflection.
Mr. Walker, what do you think about men that argue with women?
Oh, well, now, there's always going to be room for an argument, but it's how you conduct an argument.
Tone, the tone
Yes,
of
there
it.
you go. It's the tone of it and stuff. We can have disagreements, but then in the end, we have to still be human and be comforting to each other at the same time.
Mhm.
You don't want to argue so much that y'all go to bed mad, you know,
Right.
that it can't be like, okay, let's just put this aside for right now. So there's a way to do things. Everything isn't going to be peachy cream every day. There's going to be times when you don't see eye to eye. You say, what, who is this person over here and stuff. That's going to happen. But you have to still remember that's either the mother of your children, that's the person that you love,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're with. So at a time, then it's time to say, okay, really put things in perspective, and it'll bring you back, down to earth. That's the way I feel about it. And then for those that are listening too, you don't have to be on Facebook or YouTube. You can go on the internet radio. If you go to the TuneIn app, you can search KUAW there, or just go to your website and hit KUAW radio, and it'll show you a lot of different ways that you can listen to us audibly. So you can pick us up on Roku. If you got a Roku, go there. If you've got the Apple app, you can pick us up on that. So there's a lot of ways that you could be listening to this, and then you can also call in 816-599-6893. Thank you.
And we're still not settling for less.
It sure is it. Them days are over.
It's
We know why.
over. Oh, yes, it is.
Them days, and I think that's the thing. A lot of men are getting mad, and they making women like us feel like, why are you alone? Why are you by yourself? They try to make us feel like it's us
What's wrong with you?
because
That's the first
yeah,
question. What's wrong with you?
yeah. But I look, I'm patient. I'm gonna wait, you know, and hey, I'm not alone, you know.
God
I'm
said
I'm
you are
waiting.
never alone. So,
Hmm.
and that's one thing that is missing in a lot of people and relationships too, is God. Because before
Right.
that unconditional love, you got to fall in love with Him unconditionally, yourself
Hmm.
unconditionally, get in tune with yourself so you can know what you want. Half of you guys missed the Lionsgate. Lionsgate opening was from August the 8th through 12th. That was your chance to pray, meditate, get in tune with yourself, get in balance, get in tune with God under this this is the Leo. And you guys spent all that time arguing with other people on TikTok. Did you use your time in a productive way? See, that's the type of man I'm looking for. Did you use your time in a productive way? Let me. You have the doers, you have the builders. Okay? Give me a doer and a builder. I don't want a talker. I'm in the show me state. Show me. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Now, if y'all want to tap in, 816-599-6893. We won't see your face. You can still hide just like you do on TikTok. We're not going to see your face. We just want to hear your voice. We want a voice. In order for us to be able to resolve a situation, we have to come together and
Yes,
talk.
and say, yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Mm.
Everybody ain't right, but everybody has a story.
Right. And Sapien say, real women don't look for men, men look for women. Let me tell you something. And that's why I ain't looking.
Exactly.
Because like I said, he gonna find me.
Believe
I'm
that.
waiting. I said I'm waiting. I ain't never looking. I never look.
Do we, now come on,
Never.
do we look like women that have to look? Come on.
No.
Now. I know y'all been wanting to see me behind that picture. I don't have enough TikTok followers to cam up, but you can see me now. They flock. They fly. Okay? So don't get the game twisted. And you see how that is. Beautiful. We are some beautiful Creole goddesses. All right? And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to bring awareness of why us women out here have to settle for less, because one of y'all out there on TikTok peed in the dating pool and didn't clean it out. Y'all state that it's more women to a man. Well, and y'all got all these body counts. Well, who y'all doing? Think about that. Who y'all doing?
Okay, Sapien's going at it with you for some reason. She said she's looking for a real man. I replied.
I did not say I was looking for a real man. Okay? I said I would like what type of man I would want. Okay? Listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. But see, all those words are mumble jumbled in your head, and you're only hearing what you want to hear, and then you're doing an ad lib onto what I'm saying.
And when a woman says she's looking, she's not necessary. It does not necessarily mean that she's actually out there placing herself like she's looking.
Right.
That could mean that she's leaving herself open to a man to come in her life and see him.
Exactly.
And possibly date him.
It's called
that don't mean
observation.
she out there driving, trying to down the different neighborhoods trying to find him, or going to the grocery store looking for him. No.
Come on now.
It's a difference.
It's a big difference.
Saying. He say she did not say that run the take back. She's such a hypocrite. Sapien, don't
you 816-599-6893. I'm not a hypocrite.
Call
in.
What
I said. Come on, Sapien, call in.
Call in and let's talk. I done put the number in my comment, the radio station, so many times, but you have a lot to say, Sapien. So if you want to discuss it, come on, call us out on it.
Yeah.
Call the radio station and let's talk.
Because see, we're trying to prove
a point.
We
talk? Yeah, that's what we can play.
Can you play that Mr. Lewis for a second?
So when we ask for them to come on, we can play that. Can we talk?
We'll sing
it. Come on.
Come on with it.
It's a communication barrier.
It's
who has that?
It's it's.
Do you?
I can't wait to see what you guys got to say on next week's topic. Make sure y'all tap into KUAW Radio. And for all of you guys that got Facebook, you can follow me on the Kansas City Snap LLC. Okay, because we got some
Come
amazing
on, y'all.
topics. Sapien,
And ladies, if
am
y'all
I
want to
hitting the
call,
spot? Sapien, am I hitting a nerve? I think I'm hitting a nerve, but it's
oh
okay.
yeah, oh yeah, I think he jumping up on the couch
We
throwing pillows
all
out.
make mistakes in our lives. They are to learn from them. Now, if you continue to do the same thing over and over again and you still get the same results, that's a sign of madness. Crazy. Okay. Please don't put words in my mouth. If you did not
Oh,
hear before, we
sapien
don't do
something.
trolls. Don't try to do anything wrong. Okay? I'm not this. I'm this. Okay?
Sapien
All
said
right? So,
Creole. Sapien is oh my god. You when she come in my live, yeah, you toast. So you yeah, be ready. He said, can we buy your book from you or your author or your writer? I would like to study it. Come on now. Don't
okay.
do this,
Well, first of all, a lot of the stuff that I said came from the Bible, King James Version, Old Testament.
Sapien. The book is free.
It's free. Go to your
It's
nearest
free.
church. You go to your nearest church,
She said, go to
and
your
they will
nearest
give
church.
you one for free. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
Hmm.
Don't
We're
play with
just the
my God.
messenger. We're
Yeah.
just the messengers. God is the writer
Okay.
and the author.
So
He's the author.
maybe you want to, read the Prodigal Son. And if you
He
don't
say,
know,
can you? He say, can you get that book from King James and read it for me,
no, you can read
please?
it yourself. Okay.
I would like to hear it.
Now I got 2 minutes,
Okay.
and then in about 20 minutes, I'll be on live with Miss Lovett, so we can
Yeah.
finish this up.
Yeah.
And
So y'all come tune in.
you guys tune in, and make sure that you tune in next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. KUAW Radio. If you don't, if you're the truck drivers, your TikTok truck drivers, you guys, you can tap in on through satellite on 100.5 FM.
Yeah, and let me shout out to my truck drivers. If you hear me,
Kenny
this is Netta
DV.
Lavette, Kenny, and Marvin.
Hey.
Hey, y'all, bum, bum. The 18 wheelers driving from 50 states, state to state. You
Yes, we just
know,
want to give them a shout out because they're such amazing people when they come up on the panel, and they always give us different insights on it from a man's perspective. So
yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome, and I just want to thank you, Miss Lovett, Netta.
Oh, thank you, and thank everyone at the radio station. I appreciate y'all for letting me grace your radio station.
Yes,
I
and
hope I did good.
you did
I hope they
amazing.
love us. I wish the lines blew up, but I think people are kind of
Scared,
intimidated
and don't be
by two
y'all.
women.
Mhm.
So
Don't
two
be.
strong black women. So that's what it
Yes.
is.
Yes, and we gonna have some surprise, guests and pop ups on these shows that Ned and I are gonna be having, and I'm not talking small people. If you go to my page, you see I interview a lot of celebrities. So I want you guys to stay in tune with this show that Ned and I have, KUAW Radio, and for the people on the other side of the world, we are our show is 6 p.m. Central. So I don't know what time zone you're on. I know some of you guys over in France and Africa. I do have some friends in France and Africa. You guys are 7 hours ahead. Shout out to Charmy. I love you over in Kenya. Shout out to all my followers over in England and France. I love you guys. And so, do you want to got anything else to say before we end this?
No, like I say, it was a privilege, and I love being on here. Y'all made me feel welcome, and I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Facebook followers. Thank you, TikTok followers. Thank all of Netta's TikTok followers, thank you for your comments. We're going to continue this on Netta Lovett 1980 Heart with the Butterfly TikTok. Meet us back there in about 30 minutes. Again, this is Moka Myers, Netta Lovett. We're breathing in that good prana. We're putting it out to the universe, and we want you guys to receive it. Talk to you later. Ciao.
Ciao, Bella.
That was good.
Right, yeah, yeah.
We did it.